Hello everybody. Welcome back to 10-Minute Reviews. This is Freya. Say hi, Freya. Say hi, Freya. And I'm Jason. Don't say hi to me. And we're bringing you today's video. As always, guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We've got a ton of videos coming out for you guys every single day. Well, we got one video every single day if we can. But we're just a small family channel. Just love to talk about books. It's what we want to do. And we're going to keep doing it no matter what. But all the support that we can get from you guys would be very, very appreciated. So for today, I want to talk about a book that I just stumbled across, and I don't know if I've talked about the author before or not, but here we go. Now, this book actually shares a lot of commonalities with another very similar book by another author that tends to write within this genre. This book, in my mind, to me, far, 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 far better. I did review the other book as well, but I also didn't read the two sequels that have come out so far. I just felt there were just too many issues with the book, and it just kind of kept me out of the series, despite the fact that that is one of my favorite authors, and the rest of his books are absolutely fantastic. And this is a great, and his other book is a great book as well. It just wasn't for me. So this one, Earthman Sentinel, is the title of the book, and it is by Jack Porter / Danny Kade. Now, it has two authors' names on the cover. However, it's the same person. It's the same person. He puts in the afterword that he is trying to transition away from the Jack Porter name. Still going to put some books out from time to time, but it's transitioning much more into writing under the Danny Kade name. So, as always, I'm going to talk about four things. I'm going to talk about the world, the characters, the plot, and the writing style. So, the world, for the most part, our world. Well, at least it starts on our world. There's a few things that you could say are different, but those things actually apply to off of our world. So theoretically, it is our world, but the majority of the book and hopefully the series occurs off world. So the main character, his name is Nick Cannon, I believe, and he is, to start with, he is a thief. He's a thief. He's former military, but he is a thief, and that is what he's good at. He's a very, very good thief. He's got some experience, a lot of experience with firearms, a ton of experience with martial arts. Basically, multidisciplinary. I won't call him MMA training because he didn't fight in a cage, but multidisciplinary, and of course his weapons training. But he's very, very good at social engineering. And now the plot of the book. So Nick is hired to retrieve an artifact, and I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of detail of how each step occurs, but basically it turns out that Nick is he holds a piece of a very ancient race within him, and holding that piece of having a part of that ancient race in his biology, I suppose, his spirit, his soul, whatever it may be, gives him the ability to utilize certain artifacts. And these artifacts are almost extinct. There's still a few of them left, but most people cannot use them, or at least cannot use them for the way they are intended. They can use them as power sources, however. And but with Nick is able to fully utilize these artifacts, and he's recruited by an alien, female alien, because it is one of those kind of books too, that is basically their version of a space cop in a way. They call themselves Sentinels, although she is no longer with the organization because she is pursuing a different path. And the book does talk about how we've got these alien races, alien planets, alien empires, and also higher dimensional beings, and higher dimensional beings that are at war. One wants to destroy our galaxy, one wants to save it. They have been fighting in an alternate dimension. Now, there are these weapons that can be used to attack in these higher dimensions, and one of the races worships the being that wants to destroy our galaxy, basically. And they are hunting artifacts to use them to power a weapon. So Nick is recruited to hunt these artifacts to not power the weapon, basically, but also to utilize them. Because he's part of this ancient race, he can utilize them correctly for what they are meant to be. And what they are meant to be is to power spaceships. Power spaceships. So basically, he starts with what they call a resurrection ship. This ship at a certain point in its lifespan, basically dies, and then is remade. And it requires these artifacts in order to do it. So Nick, the first artifact, he gets a very, very basic spaceship. So that's where you get these commonalities with that other book that I mentioned. You have a ship that upgrades as we find these artifacts, and these artifacts are bonded to other people, just as the first artifact was bonded to Nick. Further artifacts are bonded to other alien beings, of course female. So while upgrading the ship, he will also be adding more of these females to his crew and his, they call it a harem ship, along with a resurrection ship or a phoenix ship, because it can be reborn. Now, the things I like about this, first, he doesn't gain superpowers every time he meets somebody. That just it just doesn't make sense to me. Although this book does cover the fact that magic does exist. Magic exists, and one of the characters is able to utilize magic. However, they don't use hand wavium to just explain everything away. For instance, the ship and its ability to suddenly just seem to create matter and to upgrade itself and to grow and to get faster with more powerful weapons, stuff like this. It's not just, hey, met this being, banged, all of a sudden I've got superpowers and I can do this, do that, then the ship just grows. No, the ship itself tells him that most of it exists in a higher plane. Most of its body and abilities exist in a higher dimension, so it requires these artifacts to power it in order to pull more in. And it I won't say it makes sense, but we start kind of delving into some Skippy territory there for those of you guys that are fans of Expeditionary Force, but at least it offers an explanation at how all of a sudden the ship grows, and how all of a sudden the ship's power gets stronger and it gets faster and its shields get better and so on and so forth. So it at least makes some sense. And thus begins Nick's journey. He goes out. He does manage to find 2 of the artifacts through this first book. However, we will say this, he also fails in his mission, which I think is what is opening up a further series should this book do well, and I think it should do fantastic. So hopefully those of you guys that enjoy this kind of stuff, science fiction, space-based science fiction, the literotica or harem lit, you guys got to check it out. You guys got to check out Earthman Sentinal by Danny Kade, aka Jack Porter. After you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons, but guys, go check it out. Oh, I pray it's okay, baby. Otherwise, thank you everybody for watching. Come here. And we will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.